sing it high, I can sing it low. I can tell you everything that you would like to know. Catch me in the sky, sitting on the grove. I can tell you every little thing that you would ever like. That I'll be in the summertime breeze if you need me. Yeah, go ask my moms if you don't believe me. Yeah, just open up and receive us. She's singing, yeah, 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 yeah. I can sing it high, I can sing it low. I can tell you everything that you would like to know.
All right. Happy Thirsty Thursday, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We have an amazing, musically talented woman here today with us. We've got Jackie Venson. How you doing? Oh, I can hear you now. There we go.
Okay, you can hear me now. Can you hear me now? Here we are like 10 years later, and can you hear me now is still relevant, right?
All right, Jackie, how are you doing over there?
I'm doing good. Just hanging out in Texas, staying cool, you know?
Yeah. Are you in Austin?
Yes, I am, yeah.
Sweet. Have you been staying there the past like 5 months?
Yes, this is where I was when the shelter-in-place orders were put in place. So, yeah, I've been here. I mean, I've wandered outside of town driving only because I don't want to get on a plane yet. And I've gone outside of town driving only a few times, but really I've been in Austin like 98% of the time.
Has the quarantine and pandemic process kind of changed your creative process when it comes to songwriting and just in terms of creativity? Has it, shifted any of your musical sort of, day-to-day things that you're doing?
Not really, but what it has done is it's given me more time. And so there's like some stuff that I have been wanting to do, have been meaning to do, but then by the time I get around to doing it, I'm going out on tour, So I've gotten to produce more music than before, because before I would tour all summer and most of fall. And so really my only window for going into the studio or doing any of that stuff was the winter. And now my window is all the way into next year. So right. I've been in the studio a lot more, and I've just been a lot more productive just because I got to fill the time with something.
Absolutely. And I feel like this is kind of allowed for artists to, even though there isn't the normal things that we're given on a normal basis in terms of the creativity that inspires songs, maybe that's changed a little bit, but I do feel that whether it be musicians or just anyone really in general, we're able to kind of reflect a little more with the time that we're getting to spend with ourselves.
Absolutely. It's been a lot of looking in the mirror time for a lot of people, and I can kind of see us all like rapidly evolving. It's actually pretty cool to watch, but it's not for lack of any pain in the growth, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's been a painful growth period for a lot of people as well. So, that needs to be acknowledged.
Well, and so this kind of all started, you were about 8 years old, right? When you kind of got into the music game and it took off from there. Do you want to talk a little bit about like the influence that you had from your father, Andrew, or just growing up and
Well, honestly, when I started, I was still a kid. And I was a kid for a lot longer than a lot of my friends were a kid. I was like a kid until I was probably like 13, And a lot of the girls who were my age were way beyond where I was. They had already started going towards becoming a teen and becoming an adult. And I hadn't gotten there yet. So I always call myself a late bloomer. When I was 8 years old, I was still like in the midst of like deep playing. Like, remember when you were a kid and it was like deep playing, like you almost like saw stuff, like that stick with a horse head on it. That was a real horse, like seriously.
Making mud pies and
do you remember when that stuff was like deep? And it was like the newest thing you'd ever done. And it was like the newest thing that existed because you're also new as a creation, as a being. I spent 13 years in that. Most people spend maybe like 9 or 10. And the kids these days with all the technology, unfortunately, I think that they break out of it even sooner than that. And during that time period, I could not focus on the piano. I just couldn't. I did the bare minimum so that my teacher wouldn't yell at me. And then right when I got to the end of being really a kid, that's when I started to wake up to it. So it wasn't until like 12 or 13 until I got really serious about it. And it wasn't until about 17 or 16 or 17 when my dad started, trying to get me to branch out of just doing classical songs. He was like, hey, come rehearse with my band, come play this gig, It wasn't until my later teen years until I started just venturing outside of just learning Mozart all day,
Right.
Because even when I finally bloomed and turned into like a teenager, it was still 3 or 4 years where all I was interested in was learning classical songs because I thought they were cool. And I wasn't thinking about the fact that it's hard to make money playing classical music. I wasn't thinking about that. I just thought it was cool. And in that way, I also was a late bloomer. So and it wasn't until the business side of things didn't really hit me until my 20s.
So real quick, we have this thing where I make the producer drink every time I tell a stupid joke.
Perfect.
So, oh, look.
Here we go.
There we go. What do you call a cow that plays piano? Musician.
That's terrible.
I know, isn't it? So take a drink, Trevor. Cheers, everyone. If you're drinking at home, go ahead and take a sip.
Cheers, baby.
Wine. Oh, you got the butter, girl. You're prepared.
I love that. Okay, I used to go to this jam called Butter and Jam. And so when I got these bottles, check it out. I got butter and jam. I was like, man, these people seem to know me really, really well. I went to that jam for like 5 years. I was like, it was this jam at Dozen Street. I was like, wow, these people are deep.
Jackie, have you ever been to either Napa or our music and wine studio in Napa?
No, I haven't been to Napa, but I have been to Santa Barbara. I don't know how close that is, and I have been to Mendocino and San Francisco a couple of times, and I've even been to Fresno, but I know that's inland.
Yeah, so we're going to have to get you over here once we do, re-implement our live music sessions that we normally would be hosting tonight, actually.
Yeah.
We'd normally be hosting around like 9 p.m. A live artist, usually from the local Bay Area, but we would love to have a Texan.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah. I mean, like Texas and California, we've always kind of been like, just like, there's always been a pipeline, People just going to LA to Austin, back to LA, back to Austin, back to LA, back to Austin. It's just like, it's been this pipeline for maybe a couple of decades now.
Right.
So I feel like we know each other quite well at this point.
And here's another one for dear Trevor. Why shouldn't people from Texas be allowed to drive? Because they're always texting and driving.
Oh my God.
You gotta stop.
Oh, never.
Jackie, please play some music and stop.
Okay, you got it. Yeah.
Let's do songs back to back.
But yeah. So, is it music time or are we still chatting?
No, if you're down, let's do 2 songs.
All right, 2 songs it is.
Yeah.
Well, I rolled in the tumble, cried the whole day through. Well, I rolled in the tumble, cried the whole day through. Need me to find another man who loves me the way you do. Yeah. Well, I'm searching far and wide, trying to hide my tears. Yeah. Well, I'm searching far and wide, trying to hide my fear. Yeah. Need me to find another man who won't hurt me the way you did. Way you did. Way you did. Way you did. Yeah. 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 Well, these tears that I cry, yeah, almost drown my soul. Yeah. Well, these tears that I cry almost drown my soul. Yeah. They need me to find another way, a way to carry on my own. Carry on. Don't need no man, just my guitar. On my own. On my own. Yeah. That song was called Rolling and Tumbling. This one's called Fast. Yeah. I like to be high. I like to be low. Yeah. I can't move too fast. I can't move too slow. The balance it moves me. Vibrates and soothes me. Yeah. Baby. Yeah. Relax. Yeah. No fear. Yeah. No stress. Yes. No stress. Yeah. Hey, they say that nice girls finish last. Take a look at those who live too fast. Yeah. Hey, they say that nice girls finish last. Take a look at those who live too fast. So many want cash, yeah. So many want fame. But what they can't grasp, it ain't what it seems. Fall in love with excess. This will destroy me. Yeah. Forget about objects. Live more completely. Yeah. Baby. Yeah. Relax. Yeah. No fear. Hey. No stress. Yes. No stress. Whoa. Hey, they say that nice girls finish last. Take a look at those who live too fast. Yeah. Hey, they say that nice girls finish last. Take a look at those who live too fast. Yeah. 2, 3, yeah. Overpriced, melted ice, fancy clothes, fool's gold. Diamond light, she's that high, bought and sold, fool's gold. No, I'm tired. Overpriced, melted ice, fancy clothes, fool's gold. Yeah. Oh, diamond light, chase that high, bought and sold, fool's gold. Yeah. 2, 3, lay back. Yeah. Relax. Yeah. No fear. I think we're muted. There we go.
All right. Happy Thirsty Thursday to everyone that's tuning in. Now, Jackie, if the people watching are feeling tipsy, where can they go to drop a buck or two or whatever, what have you, in your virtual tip jar?
Well, check it out. I got Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo. We got Venmo on the screen, but PayPal is at Jackie Venson as well, and Cash App is Jackie Venson Music. So check that out.
There we go.
Yeah.
I
also have I'm doing a pre-sale of my new album Vintage Machine, and it drops wide on October 30th, but it's available right now for vinyl and CD if you want to hear it early. So.
Vinyl, yes,
Yeah.
amazing.
Yep.
We have the record player here in our wine and music studio, so we'd love to get our hands on one of those.
Oh yeah, it's pretty sleek. My sister did the design. She's very proud of it, and I am too. So it's a cool one. It's like a short album, just like the ones in the 80s, because vinyl can only handle so much information. You know, you can only put like 20 something minutes on each side. And so all the albums back in the day were short, unless they were like double LPs. But that didn't happen. That was kind of rare, you know.
Right.
You got to be pretty famous to have a double LP, you know. so yeah, the Vintage Machine is truly in the vintage style, you know.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm all about, like, as a kid, I grew up going to like antique shops and flea markets and just getting things that are either Art Nouveau style, Art Deco. So
Nice.
I appreciate it.
For sure.
And it was just last year, Jackie, you made history. You were the first Black woman to win the category of Best Guitarist at
in 40
the Austin Music Awards.
Yeah, in 40 years, actually. Almost 40 years. I think last year was the 39th. So.
Oh. And I mean, like, what was the process just with that entire award ceremony? And like, I'm guessing you were in attendance because this was pre-COVID.
Yeah, for sure. It was a really cool. It was kind of wild. Like the way they produce it, they can't have too many people backstage. And so it's like this thing where you show up and they're like, okay, go here. Okay, go there. Okay, go there. Okay, you're on stage. Okay, you're off stage. Okay, go here. Okay, now you're here. And I was just like, okay. It felt like, and then it was just over. It was crazy. Right. But I think that was also because I was like excited, you know, whenever you're excited about something, it always goes by fast. Yeah. That's just how it is. But it's actually funny because this year, the Austin Music Awards, I won last year, but this year I hosted it. I co-hosted it with a comedian named Chris Kubas. And it was crazy because that was the last large event that we had in Austin.
Because that was like at the very beginning of March, right?
It was March 11th. And
so that was like right before.
2 days before they canceled South by Southwest, and 3 days before they did the shelter in place. Right. So it was like the last event. Truly.
Oh my goodness. I mean, so, okay, my friend was asking me what I thought about the state north of Texas. Trevor, where are you at?
Oh, I'm here.
And I told them it's okay. Get it?
Oh, okay.
I get it. There you go.
You have I call it dad jokes, but I guess I should be calling it the like fun aunt jokes because I'm like over here just being dumb with a glass of wine. So I feel like I'm more the fun aunt. So.
Yeah, you're the cool aunt. Cool aunt.
Yeah.
Yes, I like
Do
that.
you have one of those?
You know, my favorite and most classic one is what's brown and sticky? A stick.
That's good.
Oh my gosh.
I'll drink to that.
Yeah.
I like it. Trevor and I Now you have to give one.
Oh God, I don't. My problem is I don't have like the memory for jokes. Like I've got 2 young kids, and sometimes it just comes out of me. Like my wife gave me crap the other night because we went out to Ico's for sushi, one of those rare date nights, and I asked the waitress if she said, "Is that all I can get for you?" And I was like, "Well, unless the bill is negotiable, one of those things." And yeah, my wife slapped me. So that's
I have my favorite joke of all time, but it involves the F word, but I can just say effing if that's okay.
No, you can just say
it's 21 plus.
I can just cuss. I can just cuss.
Go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
great.
fuck.
So
there we go.
What does Coors Light and 2 people having sex in a canoe have in common?
I don't know, but I like where it's going.
They're both fucking close to water.
Yes.
And you can replace Coors Light with whatever your least favorite beer is.
Right.
Oh, that's amazing.
Love it.
It's actually also National IPA Day, so
oh sweet.
We're gonna discredit Coors Light even further because
I know, right? And all the IPA nerds out there, I'm sure you have a least favorite IPA that gets way too much credit. So you can replace that with that as well.
Well, when I'm drinking wine, I pee a lot.
Okay.
Nice.
And with that,
and he's gone.
Let's go ahead. Maybe let's do another 2 songs back to back.
Okay, let me plug my phone in so I don't lose you guys.
Oh boy.
Because you like how uncharted the territory of streaming is, and how like we're all just charting it with each other. I love it. It's like I see some pretty big people doing streams, and they're like, "Oh no, oh my bad, oh no." I like to see like serious stars, like, "Oh, I haven't figured this out yet. Sorry, guys." Yeah. Like I've seen it.
Yeah, that's okay.
I've seen it.
Oh man.
But anyways, all right, I'll play another 2 songs. Let's do it.
Well,
cool. This time I'm gonna put the guitar strap on. I almost lost it a few times, so here we go. There, that's so much better. I'll be able to do some better git picking for you guys if I don't lose the guitar mid-song, So anyways, this next song I'm going to play, it's like an acoustic rendition of a song called Keep On off my record Joy. This song's about falling in love. Taking this chance, damned if we do, damned if we don't. Truth sets us free. I need honesty, even when it frightens me. And oh, it frightens me. It seems impossible, you and I. Our worlds will change as soon as we try. Yeah, high in the sky, on to the next, ride or die, keep on, sing it, ooh, yeah, keep on, sing it, keep on. My body with his arms around me makes me feel this way. Can't help myself, my fire's burning. I can't stay away. Now we're here, there is no turning back. No. If it's real, love me and make it last. Oh yeah, high in the sky, on to the
Keep on, keep on. Sing it, ooh, 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 yeah, 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 yeah. Keep on, keep on. Sing it, ooh, 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 yeah, 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 yeah. Keep on, keep on. Until I find someone, find someone, find someone to love. I will not settle for anything but love. Yeah, that is good. Until I find someone, find someone to love. I will not settle for anything but love. I got a man who loves me so. He loves me from head to toe. Showed me what it is to love. He was sent from heaven above. Ooh, yeah, 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 yeah. Keep on, keep on. When I look into his eyes, our past and futures collide. Follow each other wherever we go. Yeah. I got a man who loves me so. Yeah, ooh, yeah, 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 yeah. Keep on, keep on. High in the sky, on to the next. Ride or die. Keep on, keep on. Sing it, ooh, yeah, 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 yeah. Keep on, keep on. Feel it, ooh, yeah, 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 yeah. Keep on, keep on.
Here we go. So this next song I'm really excited about. It's a new rendition of a popular song of mine called Witchcraft. So the cool thing about this song is that it's like a full-on rock song, right? And the acoustic version actually kind of serves it. And I didn't think it would. You know, people are like, why don't you do more acoustic? And I always say, because I don't have enough songs that sound good acoustic. And I'm telling you guys, I was wrong. I have a lot of songs that sound good acoustic. I just have to try. And this is one of them. Yeah.
I don't praise your God. I praise the earth and the sky and the moon. I don't follow time. I follow ways of the ocean of my womb. What I do to you, witchcraft. And it's up to you. Resist that. Resist that. Resist that. Resist that. So time after time, we have the power. But no chance to shine, only to be devoured. Waiting patiently for things to change. Well, now change has come. There's a new day coming. Oh my, how we pray. There's a new way coming. Don't get swept away. There's a new day coming. Oh my, how we pray. There's a new way coming. Don't get swept away. There's a new day coming. Oh my, how we pray. There's a new way coming. Don't get swept away. What I do take you is witchcraft to witchcraft. And it's up to you. Resist that. Resist that. Yeah. What I do take you is witchcraft. Witchcraft. And it's up to you. Yeah. That was close. There we go.
Love it. Thank you.
No problem.
And for everyone watching on Facebook, this has been Jackie. And if you're feeling tipsy, it's Thirsty Thursday after all. Go ahead and venture over to, oh, there it is. I like this. This is very futuristic. We've got this whole new platform we're using today, first time. So love it. So
Okay,
Jackie, I have
do
a
it.
joke. Wherever Trevor's at.
Oh, I'm here.
Sorry, Trevor. It's Thirsty Thursday, so
Get it in.
what do you call a pig wearing a witch's hat in the Sahara Desert? A ham sand witch.
Okay.
Pig, witch, desert. There you go.
There you go. Cheers.
You're not getting any better, Sam.
You know what, Trevor? I have yet to hear like an
No.
actually. Oh, there it goes.
He's out.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I have a hot seat question for you, Jackie. If you're
All
ready.
right. Hit me.
Okay, so let's say you have a camera crew, they're following you around, you have a reality TV show based on your life. In terms of the intro theme song, what would you want to kind of encompass your personality and your lifestyle?
Well, I'll give you two answers. I'll give you a cover, like not my song, and I'll give you my song.
Perfect.
So for my theme song, for my song, it would probably be the final track off of my record, Joy, called When It's Right. It's like this gospel-y song, kind of like about like, you know, when it's right, it's right. You know what I'm saying?
Can we hear a sample?
Oh man, it's a piano song. I wish I would, but I only have it on the piano. You know? I'll figure it out.
When it's right, it's right. We all know what that means. When it's right, yeah. We all know what that means, yeah. When it's right.
Right? It's like this gospel-y big song. There's a choir, there's a piano, there's organ, you know, and it's like the philosophy I live my life by, you know, like when the timing is right, when it's right, and you just know, and there's no like way to explain why, you know, you just know. And so I feel like that'd be a perfect like theme song for my reality show about like the craziness that is my life. As far as another song, I'm going to have to steal that song from the other TV show. I believe it was The Jeffersons. Is like moving on up, you know, to the deluxe bombing in sky, moving on up. So yeah, that's the one I would steal. I don't know how to play that one. I've never learned that one, but I know the melody. Moving on up to the east side, from the deluxe bombing in sky. You know.
Yes.
I'm sure somebody knows that. I'm pretty sure it's the Jeffersons.
Well, and I'm not going to embarrass myself by putting my vocals out there, but yeah,
but we are familiar with the song as a people. So
we are.
What I'm saying is that's the song I would, if it couldn't be one of my songs, I'd steal that one.
And for those of you watching on Facebook, if you want to put what your reality TV show intro theme song would be,
yeah,
feel free. So you did about 3 years with the guitar post college,
yes.
up until you kind of exposed your passion by entering in the modern Southern music concert contest.
Yes, I did. That was my first big break. A common misconception when it comes to a career in music is that you get a big break. It's like, no, you get 9,999 big breaks, and then the 10,000th break you get is the only one that people notice. They just didn't notice all the 9,999 things that happened leading up to that 10,000th thing that happened. You know, it takes 10 years to get an overnight success. Same kind of philosophy. So Belk was my first big break. I entered that contest because of this website called Reverb Nation, which I think is still around. And I entered that contest, and I actually won. I went and I auditioned downtown. It was like legit. I didn't even think it was going to be legit, and it was. And then I ended up winning. And they sent me on this all expense paid tour. They gave me a new wardrobe. And by all expense paid, I mean everything: plane tickets, wardrobe, food. I had a per diem. Like, it was like deluxe touring experience, right? My tours since then have not been that deluxe. They've been close, but they've not been that deluxe. I mean, like, I make money on tour, but I'm not a corporation, you know? So,
right.
But like, what I'm saying is those were some awesome tours. And I also got to do like these tailgate parties for really big Live Nation concerts. Like, one of them was James Taylor. One of them was Jason Aldean. Another one was Tim McGraw. Another one was Miranda Lambert. I got to do these, like, you know, they always have a whole party the whole day before the concert. I got to do those, like, I got to play the tailgate party. And then I got to post online being like, hey, look what I'm doing. I'm playing at this big amphitheater ahead of James Taylor. So it got my press up in Austin. You know, when I came back, everybody was like, hey, you know, like, it got my press up in town, and it really jump-started my career, truly.
And if there's anyone that, like, in the future, moving forward, that you could open for, or even, you know, go side by side with on a stage, obviously right now that's not quite so realistic, but
yeah,
time,
like, time allows again.
Who would you want to collab with live?
Well, the only way I've ever been able to answer this question is by how much I think their audience would enjoy my music, not whether or not I'm a personal fan of them. There's a lot of people I'm a personal fan of, but I just know that their audience wouldn't vibe with my music as much, and so I would understand why they wouldn't want to collab with me. So fan value, like, I'm genuinely a fan, plus I genuinely think her audience would, like, we would put on a great show together and her audience would love it. My dream tour is Alicia Keys. I genuinely think, like, with my band and my setup, like, right now I'm acoustic, right? But with my electric setup and with my band, and my band's really good, I just think that we would put on such a killer freaking show. And she's, like, on the keys, right? So she's, like, keys oriented, and I'm on the electric guitar, and it would be like this really cool intersection of, like, chicks just, like, killing instruments.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my dream tour. But she first has to, like, know who I am, which is the entire battle. And then the rest of the battle of her just knowing who I am, period. The rest of the battle after that is, does she feel like it?
I also feel like your energy and your voice would pair really well with Khalid.
Yeah, that would be a really good tour also. And I think that his crowd would enjoy my stuff, especially my electric stuff. I think that's a good call. Because also Khalid is in my generation, so
yeah.
It'd be kind of cool.
And he actually is I believe still set to, so we postponed Bottle Rock, which is what we are the presenting sponsor for, the music festival every day. We postponed it till October, but then we've further postponed it until next May 2021. We're going to keep the same headliner, so I think he's still going to be there, so maybe we can like somehow
make something happen, because I'm serious. The whole battle, like 90% of the battle is getting to a point where the people who are on that level even know who you are.
Right.
So that's 90% of the battle. And then the rest of the battle is, do they like your stuff? Does it make sense for them to bring you on tour with them?
Right.
Like, why? The rest of the battle is like, why?
Right.
Why do they do that?
Well, and you just have to make the connection. So
exactly. Yeah. The why could be a lot of things. The why could be, I'll help you sell tickets. The why could be, my manager knows your manager. The why could be a lot of different why. There's a lot of different whys.
It's just your voice is fucking awesome, and
that could be a why. Yeah.
I think that Khalid would love to meet you.
Yeah, that a why could be Khalid likes my stuff, and why not? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a
why
that's what I've learned.
Nah.
That's what I've learned in this business, you know.
Hey Jackie, why not?
Oh yeah, why not? Trevor, where you at? I think you need a drink to that.
It was probably like 8 times, but it doesn't matter. Cheers.
Glass is getting low here.
Why not? I loved that one.
All right. He's like, I'm peacing out as soon as possible. Oh, okay. So, your career, it launched.
Yeah, with Belk.
Yep. And from that point on, what kind of like aspects of the music industry did you kind of have to relearn or learn as you built your familiarity amongst your audience nationwide and further?
Well, the biggest thing I learned, and it took me all the way up until probably 2 or 3 months ago for this to really sink in and really crystallize in my brain. Because, you know, sometimes you learn something, but you got to be smacked across the face with it a few times before you remember, right? You're like, oh, yeah. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So this was one of those. It took me years for it to really sink in. But something I had to unlearn was that gatekeepers held the keys to my success. That some label, some TV show, some award, something far away that I didn't have yet is the reason why I wasn't successful. And by successful, I mean supporting myself with music. And I was so wrong about that. And it was so deeply ingrained in me that I'm only guessing that it's societal. It's societal to believe that you have to get some gatekeeper to bless you in order to find success in this business. Like, I think that's something that we're taught as a society, you know. It's not true. You hold the keys to your own success in your hand. And it's just all about how hard you're willing to work. And it's all about how far you're willing to go. Like, how many hours are you willing to put in? How many miles are you willing to travel? It just depends on how really dedicated you are to the entire life of it, not just to, you know, a number or a goal or something. How much are you dedicated to it being your life? Right. And then the answer to that question is what gauges your success. And that took me forever to learn. And it took the insane conditions of this pandemic for it to crystallize. Yeah,
no, absolutely. And I feel like when it comes to music, it's hard. The industry is a very competitive sort of realm and field when it comes to a career path. But I think it's very important and very admirable when you do have those artists that are just full of integrity and they live up to what emotions they want to evoke out of their audience and what passions they want to pursue and translate over through their lyrics. And like one amazing example is Prince. He did not give a shit. In every aspect, not just artistically, but as a person. He was completely true to himself, despite being told, no, you can't do that. You shouldn't do that. And I think people like Prince, I mean, there's no one like Prince because, I mean, let's be honest,
but like spirits like Prince.
But yeah,
we have a similar spirit.
Yeah. And I think that's important.
Well, Prince is actually a great example because Prince had to learn this lesson too, and he had to pay a pretty high price for it in the mid 90s when he had to go under a different name. He couldn't even use his own name. He had to learn this lesson too. He had to learn that all of the success and all of the magic started with him, that all of the people who make money off of him would have nothing without him, that it's always been the artist is the only thing that matters. It starts with the artist. Nobody else has a job if the artist isn't there. And it took Prince some time to learn that lesson too. And he had to fight to get his music back. He had to go as a symbol instead of his name. It was a big PR mess in the 90s, him doing that. It was a big one. It was a kind of a big milestone in his career, fighting and getting his own stuff back.
Right.
And then having creative control going forward from then on. You know, like even he had to learn this lesson. Like there's no person in a suit waiting to hand you your dreams. You have to go get your dreams.
Oh, exactly. And I hope that everyone watching, I hope that even though this has been in many aspects, looks like Dexter and John say hi.
That's my dog Corgi, and one of my best friends. His name's John.
I love it.
So Dexter's the Corgi and John's my friend.
Well,
hey, John.
Hi, Dexter the Corgi. Hi, John the friend. How you doing?
Yes.
But yeah, I think that even though in a way this year has been a dark year, I think that we've all kind of learned even further that love and support and connection, whether it be virtual or socially distanced in-person connections, like it's very important. And I think we've hopefully all learned a lot about ourselves and about what we do want to do continuing into the future. So I guess that's the silver lining.
Well, another silver lining is that I believe a revolution has been restarted. Mm-hmm. I call this the revolution of the independent artist. And there have been a few times in the last 20, 25 years where the internet broke the music industry. Like it just broke it. Like the music industry was like, what are we going to do now that we aren't the only ones who have the records? What are we going to do now that people can download stuff? What are we going to do? You know what I'm saying? So that's the last time this happened. Now what's going on is we're being reminded once again how important the artist is. And every artist out there should pay attention. Because if you haven't noticed, the artists, they're still touring. They're just touring online. And they're just not having to have the money change so much hands. They just go online and they start a stream and they play their heart out and their fans just give the money directly to them. That's huge. That means no promoter was paid. No one was paid in that except for the artist. This is one of the only times where the artist is getting 100% and the artist is functioning without everybody else. Like booking agencies are dismantling right now because of this. And artists are just like, it's all right, I got a live stream on Friday. Bloop, 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 bloop. Here's my Venmo. Seriously.
Speaking of, you want to remind the people, maybe some people have just tuned in. Remind them of your handle.
See what I mean? No promoters taking a cut of that, my friends. That is going to me and Dexter.
Because she's kind of fucking killing this right now. Like, a lot.
And I got more songs. I'm just saying, it's been this really incredible time period where we artists are finally seeing that we are really way more important than we've been treated.
Oh, yeah. And I think that we're all realizing as audience members that we need these sort of connections to music, not just through, our whatever platform we listen to the music through on our phone or on our speakers, we need it in the form of live music, because that kind of feeds your soul. Being in a crowd of people and like feeling connected to all the other audience members, but also
Yeah.
to the artist. There's nothing that you can pay money to feel in that same realm of emotions that you can feel at a festival or a concert. And so with that being said, I'm very appreciative for artists such as yourself, Jackie, that just are providing that little bit of the live music aspect to all of us craving it so much. So
well, shout out to Jam Sellers for putting on such cool virtual events that we can all be a part of. So
cheers.
Cheers to that. Yeah. But yeah, so it's an interesting time. And honestly, the other thing that's changing is that the crowds, like people like you and everybody watching right now, the crowds are realizing how awesome it is to have a direct artist to fan connection. How it's cool that we can do a live stream and chat with each other, and how it's nice to not have to be like, I'll have my secretary give you a call. You know, it's like so cool to have this directly to the artist connection, and the artist gets the direct to the fan connection. And it's really neat, and I don't think it's going to go away. And I think that a lot of like big entities are going to have to adapt when the world turns back on.
Absolutely. And I think with that being said, let's hear some more amazing music from you, Jackie. Let's just
no problem.
Let's do 2 songs, and then we'll kind of talk it out before 5, and then maybe we'll do some encore stuff. If you're down.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. I got a big Opus guitar piece prepared for the encore.
I'm excited. Okay.
Me too. First, I'm going to start with this song, One Step Forward.
They say freedom is in the mind. Well, we lose our freedom when we get too scared to fight. One step forward is another step farther behind. Yeah. Hardly nothing can make me cry. But when I saw history repeat, I wiped my eyes. One step forward is another step farther behind. You see, I go out on the corner and bare my soul, play my guitar strings until my fingers swole. It don't make much money and they treat me mean, but I know this is creation, keeps my heart beating. We lose this music when we fall for the dollar signs. One step forward is another step farther behind. Yeah. You see, I grab pen and paper and bare my soul, expose my tender heart for the world to know. It ain't about the money or the popularity. It's the healing and the love and the connectivity. We lose this music when we fall for the dollar signs. One step forward is another step farther behind. What I say, one step forward is another step farther behind. And I'll keep playing till the sun goes down on my life.
Yeah.
that, baby? That's the sound of time rolling on. Said, do you hear that, baby? That's the sound of time rolling on. Yeah. You wake up in the morning, before you know it, the evening is already gone. Are you sure you hear that, baby? 'Cause I hear it every day. You don't act like you hear that, baby. 'Cause for me, I can't get away. Yeah. The more you choose to ignore it, the faster you'll reach your dying day. Yeah. 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 How do you live? Knowing each moment could be your last. Some people drink, some people smoke. All to run away from this fact. To run away from this fact. No matter how you choose to do it, that old clock is always on your ass, yeah. Time keeps rolling. Time keeps rolling on. With or without you, baby. With or without you, baby. Time keeps rolling. Time keeps rolling on. There we go. Thanks.
Woo! All right. Before we get into the next song, I wanted to ask you because not only are we approaching the 2-year anniversary of the unfortunate and tragic death of Mac Miller,
Oh, yeah.
but I'm also getting to talk to someone who had the pleasure of performing with him on the Stephen Colbert Show.
Yes, and it definitely was a pleasure. It was him and Anderson .Paak. And Anderson .Paak usually, I think, performs behind a drum kit and sings. But this time he was like front manning it with Mac, and it was awesome. Seriously. So I was getting on the plane to go to New York to do that. And they called me like while I was on the plane, while people were still boarding. So I answered, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna email you this song. You got to learn it for tomorrow because the musical guest doesn't have a band." And I was like, "Okay, so they're gonna get the house band to do the music because they didn't bring a band."
Right.
All right. So I like download it onto my phone on the plane. The plane takes off, and I just listen to it on the plane ride. And that was like when I learned it. And so then we show up at like probably 10 a.m. the next
Wait,
day.
so did you not know that it was going to be Mac Miller and Anderson?
I knew because the track was called, Keep on Losing You, and it said it. I was like, cool, sweet. But then we land and we do the rehearsal with them and the taping. Well, because like they're just telling, it's like a throw and go, learn this song. Like I'm on the plane the day before, like learn this song now. I'm not a week before, a day before, because that's just how it goes, man. The show's hectic. They're burning and learning, man. You should look at the process of like Saturday Night Live. Like it is just like crazy, man. The fact that they pull it off is amazing. But like they're just burning and learning. They're like, oh, okay, cool. That's why they have such talented people involved, so that when you have to learn a song the day before, it's okay because the band is so awesome that they just learn it and it's okay. But nonetheless, since Mac Miller and Anderson .Paak are professionals, of course they want to have one rehearsal before we film it, right? So the rehearsal's at 11 a.m. the day of, and like they are just like the goofiest, funniest dudes ever. They came in laughing. They came in the door like, and they're just like cracking each other up. They look like they're having a fun time together. They're like stoked that they're on the show. It was just really cool. It was fun to be around them, and they had good chemistry between them because it seemed like they were friends. And they were just laughing the whole time, cracking jokes. They thanked everybody. They were just really
right.
I didn't really get to spend any one-on-one time with either of them. I just got to observe them as we rehearsed. And they were just really nice to everybody, and they were just goofing off and laughing the whole time, having a blast.
Was there anything like in particular that you remember either of them saying that kind of stuck with you or like that was funny?
They both individually thanked every member of the band. And I thought that was really, really standout. Like usually at best you'll get a thanks guys, when people are kind of on that level, but they thanked every individual person of the band. They looked every one of us in the eye individually. They came up to me, they went up to the horn player, they went to the second horn, and they looked each and every single one of us in the eye and thanked all of us. It was neat.
Oh my God.
Like they were just like really cool, really fun guys. I hope I get to meet Anderson .Paak again and talk to him about that again.
Well, he was supposed to be at Bottle Rock this year, but since we postponed it to next May,
you can throw me on that bill next year.
I know. So now you can meet Khalid maybe, and you can maybe meet Anderson.
Yeah, I'm just saying, it sounds like I got a lot of potential friendships waiting for me at that.
And I'll be the one to escort you if this can't work out, because I'll meet them too. That'd be nice.
Perfect. You know what? Deal. We can do a virtual handshake. Deal.
Perfect.
Yes.
All right. So what would you like to do as our final Thirsty Thursday encore song?
I'm going to play my song Back to Earth because this is a song that I remixed into like a band version. But it actually started off as an acoustic only song. Acoustic and cajon drum. And I always appreciate the opportunity to go back to the roots of it. So I'm going to do Back to Earth for my record Joy.
I'll bring my cajon drum stool in a sec.
Perfect.
like you'll never dance again. Laugh, he said. Laugh like you'll never laugh again. You died a young man, but seemed an old man. You saw not the end, but a way to begin again. Tell me once, tell me twice, tell me that I'll never die. When you lie, won't you please tell me why? When you can't, then I'll search for the answer. But I'll get lost and find more to wonder. Like why the dead man knows it all, and why I feel alone, and why I try to fly but always fall back to earth. And when I die, I'll know it all. And I accept that I am alone. And I will try to fly, but I will fall back to earth.
Woo!
There you go.
Thank you,
No problem.
Jackie.
Thanks for having me.
No, it's much appreciated on our end, and I'm sure everyone watching right now on Facebook Live is feeling the same way. And if you are, go on over to the Venmo. If you're feeling tipsy, go on over there.
Can I admit to you that I just got that pun now, an hour
Oh,
and 10 minutes.
that's quite all right.
I'm thinking,
throw,
thinking wine, tipsy, you're feeling nice. Not like literally the word tip. Like, I just got that.
it's like a 2-in-1.
Yeah, it's a good one. I like it.
And in addition to all the links that are going to be posted and for you to follow to go find all the music and the soon to be vinyl, yes,
Oh, well, the vinyl's actually already available.
Oh, it's already available. Perfect.
Yeah, the album doesn't drop wide until October 30th, but you can get the vinyl and CD right now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And in addition to that, you should be able to find our wine by following the links. It'll take you to our website. It'll show you where to either find the wine nearby at a store. You can get some jam, you can get some butter. Type in your zip code, it'll pop up. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
But since it is National IPA Day, I have to give one more little joke.
Okay, do it.
Before we leave. Why do frogs like IPAs so much?
Okay, I'm going to be honest. I know the answer to this, not because I know the joke. I'm just going to guess. Or do you not want me to guess?
No, please do.
Because they're really hoppy.
Because of all the hops.
Yeah, because of all.
You got it. You got it.
Yeah, there we go.
Because actually Jackie got that, Trevor, you have to drink twice.
I've got a little bit left, and then I've got water. So I guess that's the responsible thing, right?
It'll be watered down wine, right?
Oh boy.
Nice.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Thank you so much, Jackie. You've been incredible.
Thank you.
No problem. It's been a good time. I always appreciate the opportunity to play some acoustic. I need to do it more often.
Here's the cajon.
Oh, heck yeah, there it is.
It's our little
Cajon
tool.
solo. Okay, you're going to take us out then? Your cajon solo out? Good? Taking us out?
But much appreciated. And everyone on Facebook, go ahead and follow Jackie on your Instagram is just at Jackie Venson, right?
Yeah, fortunately, nobody spells my name this way. So it's like I got that for everything. Twitter, everything. PayPal, everything from websites to PayPal to YouTube to Twitter to anything. Just type in that name and you're good.
See, with a name like mine, Sam Smith, it's like I have to
It's
get
pretty-
real
yeah.
creative.
Yeah, if I were you, I'd start shopping around for some stage names.
Yeah.
Why not? Just for the heck of it. I mean, I'm gonna be real. I would have I don't know why I didn't pick out a stage name. It could have been fun. I could have been like Jackie Moon before Jackie Moon came out.
Oh.
I just say it, it's fun.
We'll come up with one for you.
Help me, and then I'll use it next year on the festival.
Perfect. There we go.
Exactly.
All right. Well, to everyone watching on Facebook, thank you so much. Mwah. Happy Thirsty Thursday. We're almost to the weekend.
We could do it.
Hope this helped. Cheers.